Hello friends, my name is Mr. Santosh Amrita Rautwai. I am working as a lecturer in Sanjeevani Institute of Pharmacy and Research, Kopargaon. I love to teach pharmaceutical jurisprudence. Pharmaceuticals means connected with the productions of medicines and drugs, whereas jurisprudence, this word is derived from Latin words jurisprudentia. Juris means law and sprudentia means knowledge. That means knowledge of law. First chapter of pharmaceutical jurisprudence is pharmaceutical legislation in India. Legislations means group of laws or process of making laws. Now we see the scope and objectives of pharmaceutical legislation in India. First, to promote health care by regulating manufacture, supply and distribution of quality drugs. Second, to make this drug available to the public at reasonable prices through qualified persons. Third, to safeguard the public from misleading advertisements about the drugs and remedies. Fourth, to regulate the profession of pharmacy. Fifth, to promote the indigenous research and technology. Now, main objective of pharmaceutical legislation is to ensure that the patient receives the drugs of required quality, tested and evaluated for safety as well as efficacy for their intended use. Origin of pharmaceutical legislation in India. In India, first chemist shop was opened in around 1811 by Mr. Bhargave at Calcutta. Mr. Bhargave came to India with East India Company in 1910, means after 100 years. This firm started the manufacture of tincture and spirit. Another firm, Smith, Stenistein and Company, started apothecary shop in 1821 and commenced the manufacturing in 1918. The Bengal Chemicals and Pharmaceutical Works, a small factory, was started in Calcutta in 1901 by the Acharya Praful Chandra Ray. In 1903, under the leadership of Professor T.K. Gajar, a small factory was started at Parel, which led to the development of other pharmaceutical units, the Alembic Pharmaceutical Works Limited, Baroda. However, these units were not sufficient to fulfill the requirement of Indian public. In those days, most of medicines were being imported from abroad, mainly from UK, France and Germany. Then the situation was changed with the First World War. Cheaper drugs were imported from abroad. There was also increasing demand for the indigenous drug. The Indian and foreign concern enter into the competitions with imported medicines producing the cheaper drugs. As a result, unhealthy competition grew up and Indian market got flooded with the inferior, substandard, even harmful drugs. With this issue, the public made government to take the notice of such a situations of drug trade and industry and to think of introducing effective legislations to control the import, manufacture, distribution and sale of drugs. In those days, Opium Act 1878, Poison Act 1990 and Dangerous Drug Act 1930 were in exist, but these acts were not comprehensive enough to control such situations. Hence, to have a comprehensive legislations, the Indian government appointed a drug inquiry committee under the chairmanship of Lieutenant Colonel R.N. Chopra in 1931. This committee is also known as DEC committee. The committee was asked to make the inquiries in the said matters and then to make the recommendations for the smooth control of the manufacture, import, distribution and sale of drug in the interest of public health. Thank you for being here today. See you soon in our next presentation. Have a great day.